Hey everyone, ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
This week we're taking a deep dive into startup funding, particularly some eye-catching moves in environmental tech and enterprise software.
And we're tapping into the same intel recruiters use, straight from Bearhug Recruiting's weekly reports.
It's like a sneak peek into the future of tech, really, because these investments, they tell a story, don't they?
Absolutely, they show us what problems investors are most eager to solve, where they see the potential for big returns.
Speaking of potential, first up, we've got Kinetic. They just snagged a $21 million Series B to, get this, scale up their digital car repair platform.
Digital car repair, huh?
Yeah, sounds kind of niche, right?
Mhm.
But they're using AI, computer vision, even robotics to service your car.
Now that's interesting. And it makes sense, especially when you think about electric vehicles.
Exactly. Cars are getting more complex, and Kinetic is betting on automation and specialized knowledge to keep up. What do you think, is this the future of the auto shop?
Well, it's certainly heading in that direction. The skills gap in trades is very real, and automation like this could be part of the solution.
It's like they're future-proofing car repair.
In a way, yes. And from future-proofing cars, we move to future-proofing our planet. M2X Energy just raised a hefty $40 million Series B, their mission, turning methane into cleaner fuel.
Okay, now that's some serious alchemy. We're talking about turning a potent greenhouse gas into low-carbon methanol.
Right, and that's huge for a couple of reasons. First, it tackles those methane emissions head-on, which is critical for the climate.
Definitely, methane is a much more potent greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And second, this low-carbon methanol, it offers a cleaner alternative to the fuels that industries are still heavily reliant on.
It's a win-win, at least in theory.
Indeed. And speaking of cleaner alternative, Aether Fuels is on a mission to decarbonize aviation and shipping.
They just got $34 million in Series A funding for their incredible tech that converts waste into jet fuel. Jet fuel.
It sounds crazy, but if it works at scale, it could be a game changer for those industries.
Talk about a sustainable way to travel.
Imagine the impact if we could fuel planes and ships with something other than fossil fuels.
Mind-blowing. Okay, we've covered AI mechanics, methane-busting fuel, and waste-to-jet fuel tech. And we're just getting started. This next company has me thinking, is this science fiction?
It does sound a bit futuristic, doesn't it?
4A Bioscience just raised $3 million to, you ready for this? Grow stuff outside of plants.
Ah, plant-based biomanufacturing.
Right. It's like growing the stuff we need without needing the whole plant.
Exactly. They're tapping into the power of plant cells to make all kinds of things, molecules, materials, even seeds.
It's like having a tiny plant factory.
And a much more sustainable one than many traditional manufacturing processes. Think of the energy and waste it could reduce.
Now that's thinking outside the dot plant pot.
Yep, definitely thinking differently.
And speaking of thinking differently, imagine talking to your data and just getting answers like, hey data, tell me what's up.
Like a data whisperer.
Uh-huh, exactly. Well, Inventive just raised $6.5 million for their AI analyst, and it does just that. You ask questions in plain English, it gives you custom reports.
No more wrestling with spreadsheets.
No more. It's making data analysis accessible for everyone.
It's part of a bigger trend, AI democratization, putting the power of data into more hands.
And sometimes those hands need a lot of power. Like evolutionary scale, they just raised a mind-boggling $142 million.
That's a serious seed round.
Seed round, it's more like a seed forest at this point. And
Yeah.
get this, they're using AI to design biological systems.
Wow. We're talking about engineering life at its most basic level.
Right. Basically, they're using AI to accelerate protein engineering. And proteins, well, those are the building blocks of, well, us.
Exactly. Designing new proteins could revolutionize medicine, materials, so many fields.
It's like they're rewriting the code of life.
In a way, yes.
And they're doing it responsibly, making some of their AI models open source so others can benefit.
That's great to hear. It's important to share knowledge, especially in a field as powerful as this.
Absolutely. Speaking of powerful, Etched just got a massive $120 million Series A. They're building specialized hardware, but not just any hardware. This is for AI, for robots.
Ah, so they're building the brains behind the brawn.
Exactly. Think of it, AI is getting more and more sophisticated, but it needs the hardware to keep up. That's Etched's game.
It's like building a supercomputer specifically designed to run AI to power those robots.
Exactly. And with this funding, they're in a prime position to lead the way.
It'll be exciting to see what they come up with.
From AI brains to... Well, let's talk about Travertine. They're tackling a much more, shall we say, down-to-earth problem, mining
A
waste.
significant problem for sure.
They just raised $8.5 million to develop a process that captures CO2, the stuff we're trying to reduce,
Right.
and they're using it to extract valuable materials from mining waste.
So it's a double win, capturing CO2 and putting waste to good use.
It's the circular economy in action.
I like it, turning a problem into a solution.
From mining, we're hopping over to Australia.
Always a good destination.
Right. Samsara Eco is making waves with, get this, enzymatic recycling for plastic.
Now that's interesting. Enzymes.
Yeah, they just snagged a cool $65 million to scale it up, too.
So how's it different from, regular recycling?
Well, a lot of plastic recycling, it's not really recycling.
Oh, like downcycling.
Exactly, turning it into lower quality stuff. But Samsara Eco, they're using enzymes, those tiny biological helpers, to completely break plastic down.
Back to its building blocks.
You got it. So it can be truly recycled into high-quality material again and again.
That would be a game changer. Plastic waste is a global problem.
No kidding. Okay, shifting gears from physical stuff to, well, making our digital lives smoother.
Always a plus.
Right. Orbi AI just raised $30 million for their work on, get this, automating business workflows.
With AI, I'm guessing.
You know it. Generative AI, to be precise.
Ah, so not just analyzing data, but creating stuff, taking action.
Exactly. Imagine those tedious tasks, data entry, document processing, all automated.
Like a tireless digital assistant that actually enjoys that kind of work.
Well, more or less. Frees up humans for more creative, strategic stuff.
Makes sense. Efficiency is key, no matter what industry you're in.
Speaking of which, our final company today proves even the cannabis industry needs data.
Data is everywhere. It's like the new,
Green gold. You said it, not me.
Hoodie Analytics. They just got $5 million to help cannabis businesses track those market trends, optimize their products.
So even in a relatively new industry, data-driven decisions are crucial.
Absolutely. Knowing your market, your customers, that's vital no matter what you're selling.
Data removes the guesswork, helps you make smarter choices.
And there you have it, from AI mechanics to waste-eating enzymes to data-savvy cannabis companies.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing how innovation is popping up everywhere.
And what ties it all together? Solving real-world problems.
Right. Whether it's making industries more sustainable or just, making our lives a little bit easier. It makes you wonder, what's next? What problems haven't even occurred to us yet that startups will be tackling, 5-10 years down the line?
That's the exciting part. It's like we're seeing the future being built right here, right now.
And who knows, maybe some of our listeners will be the ones building it. If any of these companies sparked your interest, or if you've got your own big ideas brewing, don't just sit there. Explore, research. The world needs more innovators, more problem solvers.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, we'll catch you all in the next deep dive.